because they'd been told reality, Joe Biden's a crook, and now they're seeing legality, he can't be prosecuted, and it's causing a schism within their brain. Special Counsel Robert Hur's report on Biden's classified documents is partisan and unprofessional. What happened? The special counsel decided not to press charges on Joe Brandon. Are we upset by that?
No.
Okay, cool. Donald Trump is upset by this. The right wing is upset by this, and the special counsel is upset by this.
So the problem is that a lot of these people are operating under a preponderance of evidence, whereas the special counsel's decision was made on beyond a reasonable doubt.
Right.
Can Joe Biden be prosecuted beyond a reasonable doubt? No. Based on a preponderance of evidence, do I think that Joe Biden is a corrupt motherfucker? Yes. So, it's understandable that people that don't understand the distinction
is he more
would be upset.
I know I'm playing directly into the two-party system, but is he more or less corrupt than Donald Trump?
Oh, more.
More? That's amazing. Yeah. You're absolutely wrong. I mean, like literally, factually wrong.
If you say so. But the topic itself, and I don't really care about who is more corrupt.
It's politics, boss.
No. In this case, we're talking about the decision to prosecute Joe Biden or not.
Right. And the special counsel.
And why people are mad about it. People are mad about it because based on the preponderance of evidence, they think Joe Biden is guilty. And the special counsel is saying, I cannot prove that beyond a reasonable doubt.
Because they started from an end point. I think in very typical Republican fashion, the Republicans all said he must be corrupt. We don't like him. We feel like he's a bad guy. That means he's guilty. And then they get the they have to find something to be guilty about. So they go and they dig and they dig and they dig and they find something that happens to a lot of people, something that happens to hundreds of people within the White House over the past 20 years is they've misplaced documents. Everybody does it. Most of them work to make it better, which this special counsel found Joe Biden did. Some of his staff moved things to a different place, moved it into the wrong place. Someone pointed it out. They tried to make it better. The end. And because this special counsel is a Republican and a butthurt, angry Republican who started from the end, Joe Biden's a crook, I'm going to prove it. Then he worked backward from that point. And when he couldn't prove it beyond a shadow of a doubt, he got butthurt. And he wrote a whiny, bitchy, complaining report about it. He did a political hit job. He did a smear campaign.
This was
this Robert Hur,
a person that was appointed by Merrick Garland, right?
Yes, because that's how Democrats are less fucking corrupt. Yes, the Democrat hired a bitchy right-wing partisan hack to attack the left-wing president because they're less corrupt than the Republicans. Republicans would have chosen their best friend ever who's going to write the most glowing recommendation they can. They hired Bill fucking Barr, who's going to cover their asses, while Merrick Garland hires the guy who's going to hammer them as hard as possible because they're less corrupt. Democrats are less corrupt than Republicans. No. How it's blatant. It's right there in our faces. When Republicans get in trouble, they bring in Bill Barr, who's going to cover their asses. When Democrats get in trouble, they bring in a Republican who's going to hammer their asses because they're less corrupt.
No, Trump might do that, but it's obvious if you know that you can't be reasonably prosecuted for something to put your worst enemy against you, so that the thing is the most credible.
So it's most credible. Strategy. So Democrats are more credible. I see.
No. No, that's not what I said.
That's what you're saying. That's the point you're getting to. They're more credible.
I'm saying that in strategy-wise, it is smart to put your worst enemy in the position to be forced to have to exonerate you, or at least not prosecute you. This is a matter of strategy. It's the only person that I've ever seen that doesn't use this kind of strategy is Trump. Yes. To say that Republicans and Democrats are at a divide and Republicans are going to be the ones that appoint their best friend to let them off the hook, whereas Democrats will appoint a Republican to attack them. No,
They are, and
that is
they
not
do,
the case.
and
That
they
is so
will.
silly.
That's how it's going to happen from now on. Donald Trump even said specifically that Obama appointed judges couldn't judge him. He promises and dangles pardons for people who do favors for him. The report.
Sorry, what?
What? Donald Trump dangles pardons for people who do him favors.
I literally just said Trump is the only
Yeah.
one I've seen who doesn't follow the
He is the Republican Party. He is
No, he's not.
the Republican
He
Party.
is absolutely not.
He is
No.
the future of the Republican Party, and the people who come after him in the Republican Party will be him.
No.
Vivek is already trying his ass off to be him. I've got a story later.
Right now?
I've got a story later about a lady who's running for Secretary of State. Spoiler for later in the show, who's just trying to be Trump. He is their future. They all want to be him, and they will all be him forever.
They don't.
They will ape him, and they will copy him
I am
for
a
eternity.
And
you are being left behind.
Trump.
You are a
Thank
dinosaur who is going to be left in the dust. They are leaving you behind. Didn't the fancy Republicans say that? Well, the Democrats say that.
So silly.
The Democrats left me behind. That's why I voted for Reagan. That was the thing that happened. That's my wild-ass prediction. I know. Based purely on Biden's press conference in response to this report, the report is accurate. Entirely possible. Accurate? Sure. Pissy and bitchy? Also true. Written by a butthurt Robert Hur? Yeah, I think so. That's why it's partisan and unprofessional, because he didn't get what he wanted. He didn't accomplish the goal that he had set out to do. He had set his mind on Joe Brandon's definitely guilty, and we all know it. The normies who are hearing this stuff are watching Fox News thinking these things and have been told specifically that Joe Biden's the most corrupt person that's ever existed. And then when legally you can't prove it, there's a weird juxtaposition that happens sometimes. I've lost my train of thought, sorry.
You've got to be beyond a reasonable doubt to actually press the charges.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And he's saying, I can't prove it beyond a reasonable doubt.
Okay.
Like, if this was a civil court and the standard was preponderance of evidence, the same way that was the case with Trump, the recent Trump trial that we discussed with the sexual assault allegations, those are a preponderance of evidence because it was a civil case. Whereas in the legal case, the criminal case that was being investigated here can't be proven beyond a reasonable doubt. And that's the disconnect that people are having. That's all I'm saying, is people think that the preponderance of evidence shows a corruption on the part of Joe Biden. But it cannot be proven beyond a reasonable doubt, which is what the opinion says. That's the long and short of it, is people think he's guilty, but you can't prove it beyond a reasonable doubt. Therefore, no prosecution. Done.
Okay, great. Why do they think he's guilty? Because
the preponderance of evidence
because the media told them he was. Because the right-wing media, the right wing is in charge of framing all narratives. They always have been. And
we've literally read nothing but leftist sources for all this.
Because I go looking for them.
How can you tell me that the right wing is framing all these narratives?
Because they do.
Come on.
And they are. The normies don't get the good news the way I pick it out. Because I'm cherry picking, yes. I am looking at, reality has a well-known left-leaning bias. So when I go looking for reality, it happens to lean to the left. That's what I'm looking for. I'm not looking for the Jesse Waters telling me whole shit.
For reality, it leans to the right. I wonder.
Yeah, you're not finding reality.
Maybe I'm not finding your reality.
Well, because the right wing frames it a certain way. But that's a different issue entirely. Which media sources to trust and things like that. I just liked that headline because I thought it led to my point, which was this whiny butthurt guy didn't get what he wanted, and the whiny butthurt people who are trolling me in the comments or watching Fox News are now confused and upset because they'd been told reality, Joe Biden's a crook, and now they're seeing legality, he can't be prosecuted, and it's causing a schism within their brain. They're upset by this. They've been told by the people they trust that he's absolutely a crook. Reality is that he's not.
Well, they should have been conditioned for this already with the 2016 fiasco.
The 2016 fiasco? What do you mean? with the fact that the
with Hillary's private server and whatnot. You know, like
right, it's very
they had a
similar. I
situation.
agree.
Like, I mean, it is very similar. I also agree, and I actually do think that Hillary's private server was more prosecutable than uh, Joe Biden's classified documents.
I think you're right.
But I mean, people were pissed that she wasn't prosecuted, and then she lost, and everyone forgot about it.
Well,
So
they didn't forget entirely. Bobo's here. Hi, everybody. We're having
now it's a doggo
a
stream.
a Bobo break. Bobo, the baby bark boy. He's here. He's saying hello. He's got ears. If I don't bring him up at least once in the stream, everybody gets mad at me. So there he is.
Well,
Oh.
he comes on his own volition.
Yeah,
So,
he does have legs. He runs around as he goes, whoa, so far,
yeah.
so fast. KBP really likes him. Gets the numbers. Let's see. Popog, there's a non-trivial chance that Trump will be the future of the Republican Party. I think he will be. And then we will truly be fucked. You should theoretically be happy about that because it means removal of all fiscal responsibility in favor of populist support for social programs. The Trump Party would just be parentism. Parentism is entirely incoherent. And I do think Trump is also incoherent. So maybe
Well,
they have something together.
I do think that the analog to Trump on the left is Bernie.
The only reason for that is because Bernie's a populist and Donald Trump is a pretend populist. He pretends to be a populist. He says a couple of populist things to get people riled, but then doesn't do any populism. But then does corporatism when he's in charge. Yeah, I think he's a fake populist. Oh hi, thanks for watching all the way to the end of the video. The algorithm loves it when you watch it all the way to the end of the video. If you want to keep the algorithm happy, and I know you do, press the subscribe button, press the thumbs up button, leave a comment, tell me what you're thinking, tell me what you're feeling, and let's all keep that algorithm happy. Thanks, have a good day.